Oh, yes, yes. Classic John Byrne Brown and tan. Now, you fought the Hulk in this outfit, no? I'm Marvel Jesus, you dull creature, and I want to...
Love of God! For the love of God!
Guess who? You miss me?
Ah, shit. Here we go again. There's 4 guaranteed things on this earth. Life, death, taxes, and CT Toys making a bootleg of a figure that's so fucking expensive in the aftermarket I have no choice but to grab it. But CT Toys has been on a roll lately, and I have heard that this is the best bootleg that they've made yet. So, enough stalling, and let's just fucking get to it, shall we? So, here we have the box, which is basically just the Mafex box minus the logos. But, I do have to say, it isn't as dented as most CT Toys boxes are that I've received, so you know what? That's cool. But let me get this guy out of here.
My name is Wolverine. I'm the best there is at what I do. But what I do isn't very nice.
And I gotta say, this is CT Toys' best looking figure yet. There is no paint slops whatsoever. Like, at all. This is insane. The fact that we are getting pretty much, like, import quality paint jobs on a bootleg of an import quality figure. This is wow. Just wow. People are not kidding when they say that this is CT's best looking figure yet. But is it the best when it comes to poseability? Let's take a look and find out.
You couldn't even save a relationship with a goddamn stripper. And motherfucker, I wish I could say you die alone. But it's one of God's best jokes that you can't die, except it's on all of us.
Alright, let's see how good this guy can pose. First off, he can stretch his arms out, and he has double jointed elbows, so you can get some pretty good range of that. He also has a butterfly joint. It's a little bit tight on the right arm, but it still works. He has an upper arm cut. He also has the wrist hinge for his hands. He has a double ball joint for his head and neck, so he can look up pretty goddamn well, especially for a bootleg. And of course, since you get good range looking up, you also get good range looking down. He can crunch forward pretty well, and he also crunches backward pretty well too. He can kick forward, and of course he's got double jointed knees, so he can bend his knee pretty well. He also has a boot cut, which isn't really seen in a lot of Mafex figures. And of course, finally, there's the foot hinge, along with the double jointed toes.
Cyclops! I know how you feel about it, Wolverine, but...
We don't have a lot, but we still got a decent amount of accessories to go through, but let's go through them. He's got fists, you know, to punch Cyclops. He's got some open hands, and finally, it wouldn't be a Wolverine figure without the clawed hands. Holy hell, these look fucking awesome. And finally, onto the heads, we have a smirking head. This one's honestly my personal favorite. I'm honestly going to display him like this. And of course, we've got his standard expression. And the final accessories here is his folded down mask. Obviously, you're supposed to take the head off, put it over the neck joint, and then put on this unmasked Logan head. Reminder, this is a bootleg. Look at the paint job on this thing. Oh my god. This looks awesome.
How you doing? Want a piece of fruit?
As always, we don't really have a lot to compare him with, but let's get into it anyways. Here is this Mafex bootleg Wolverine next to the Marvel Legends classic tiger striped Wolverine, and as you can see, he is surprisingly taller than the Marvel Legends. I honestly did not expect to see that. It's honestly kind of cool. And here is the CT Wolverine next to a fellow bootleg. Here we have the standard knockoff Mafex Deadpool, which is still one of my favorite figures in my collection. Stepping away from comics, here he is next to a Hugh Jackman Wolverine. And finally, the comparison that I've personally been waiting for. Here's the Wolverine next to the Diamond Select Immortal Hulk.
Let's fucking go.
So, when the smoke clears and the dust settles, what do I think of this bootleg? I think that people aren't kidding. This is CT's best figure yet. Like, there is little to no flaws whatsoever with this figure. Like, yeah, I do have to say my right elbow for this figure is a bit loose, but it's not loose to the point where it's unusable, and like I said, it's a fucking bootleg. I'm not expecting, like, high quality, like, actual import quality stuff here. But it is cool when we do get that, you know? So yeah, there's really nothing else I can say here except get this figure. You are getting, like, what's close to import quality figures for the price of a Marvel Legends, if not cheaper, depending on the listing. When all is said and done, I give this CT Wolverine a 10 out of 10.